Let's talk about Delvify. So let's switch gears a little bit and think about the supply chain. So Delvify is focused on materials management for fashion teams. And this is one of those areas where fashion desperately needs better infrastructure. If you've ever had to work in materials management or sourcing fabrics, you completely understand this. But if you're going to have a brand, you need to understand why this is important. So before a product becomes a product, someone has to choose the materials, the fabric, the finish, the weight, the fiber content. All of those pieces of information are important. Even the supplier, down to the cost, the minimum order quantities, all of these things are important. And nowadays, you even have to think about the sustainability requirements, the production timeline. In many companies, all of those processes actually happen across supplier catalogs, swatches, PDFs, spreadsheets, emails, folders, and disconnected systems. All of these disconnected systems create friction. They're all fragmented. They're all very slow to get the right information and streamline some of these friction points. So then it becomes problems between design, sourcing, product development, and production. Delvify is an AI-powered materials platform that helps brands, suppliers, and manufacturers create centralized material sourcing, collaborate faster, reduce errors, and get products to market with less waste. I don't even need to go into details as to why this is helpful, but we will. The pain point that it solves is slow and fragmented material sourcing. And now that we're seeing how important materials are, as your favorite brands are being sued for the chemicals they're putting up there, everyone needs to pay attention to this. If a brand wants to move faster from design to production, improve collaboration, reduce material confusion, or just make better sourcing decisions, Doublefy is a strong match. Now, this is the type of technology that doesn't always get the biggest headlines because it's not sexy. It's not like Gen AI, but it matters tremendously. Just pay attention to the news right now. We're about to have regulation that absolutely changes what the sustainability requirements are, and you need to be as organized as possible in your sourcing. So material decisions absolutely shape cost, they shape quality, they shape sustainability, they shape margin, and now they're even starting to shape health. So that's how important they are. Also, making those decisions can affect your speed to market and finally, your final product. So when we're talking about fashion technology, we just can't talk about what the customer sees by itself. Some of the most important transformation happens behind the scenes where products are actually developed. And this is where the industry does need a lot of help because there's going to be a lot of changes in regulation and consumers are changing their preference for clothing that is actually healthy for them. So now that we've discussed some of the internal technology, let's move on to retail intelligence with unabandoned AI. Unabandoned AI is focused on helping retailers become more intelligent, agile, and customer centric by using purpose built retail domain language. So let me translate that into normal business language. Retailers basically have a lot of data. Now, that's not a surprise. That data consists of website behavior, cart activity, purchases, returns, POS data, inventory movement, email engagement, customer preferences, demand signals. But a lot of that data sits in different systems. And as you may or may not know from following my videos, when data is not connected to decision making, it becomes another dashboard and a useless one at that, that could be valuable, but the connectors are missing. And to be honest, retailers do not need another dashboard just to admire the problem. They need better decisions, which is one of the key ways that I think AI is super helpful when it is given the right pieces of data. So unabandoned AI is focused on connecting customer signals to operational decisions across merchandising, planning, pricing, inventory, and customer experience.